This is Rise and Shine, brought to you by Zane Jordan, A Wonderful World. Blink by Capital Bank, live with more. Al-Markaziyya Toyota, let's go places. Juventus Academy Amman, growing your dreams since 1897. And Wuduh, the vision that drives change. And we are honored to have the Chief Commissioner of the Petra Development and Tourism Regional Authority, Dr. Faris Braizat, on the line with us. Good morning, Sabah al-Khair.
To you all.
Excellent. And I do hope you're having a great... How's the weather down in Petra?
It's sunny, beautiful, and tourists are walking on the trail. I am looking now from my window. It looks really, really amazing. The skies are clear with some clouds, but Petra, the best time to come and visit Petra after rain. So Petra and the rocks, the mountains, they got washed with the floods the other day. A couple of days ago, and now they look really, really beautiful. And the best time to walk around the trails in Petra is this time, because of also the smell of the sand and the soil is literally breathtaking.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty sure. And first of all, Dr. Faris, great to have you back on the show with us. We're always very happy to talk to you. Your passion towards Petra always comes shining through in all of our interviews, and I'm happy to see. So doors are open, Petra's open, and tourism is back on. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. We have seen a surge in the number of tourists coming back to Petra. Thankfully, April was a great month for us.
Alhamdulillah.
We have reached significant numbers. For a long time, we have not, since the war in Gaza in October 23, we have not seen like 5,000 visitors a day come to Petra. Luckily, in April, we have seen a couple of days when we have 5,000 visitors. That includes Jordanians, Arabs, and foreigners. We usually look at the numbers of foreigners as the most important contributor to the economy of Petra and the Jordanian economy at large. And that also improved significantly compared to last year, 24, but still below what we have achieved in 23. But hopefully, if things settle in the region and, tourism usually gets affected by negative news in the region. Hopefully, if things settle, tourism will pick up again, especially in the autumn season, because Petra has two seasons, March, April, May as season 1, September, October, November as season 2. So, and in between, it's usually low seasons or shoulder seasons. Hopefully, next season will be a good one too.
Inshallah. And hopefully, the Bliss team will be right there with you during season 2. Just to circle back to what you mentioned briefly about the recent flash floods that Petra has witnessed, I wanted to ask, many were definitely concerned about the flash flood. What kind of impact did it have on the site, and how did your team respond at the moment?
We had the plans in place for emergency and recovery. So we managed to 1,800 visitors were on site that day. Thankfully, everybody left the place unharmed, and the water flow went through its channels, the wadis, the usual wadis. And thanks to the Nabateans who have engineered that system long time ago by building check dams throughout. But still, we need to do more. Our early warning system was operational and was working, so people have lead time in order to deploy the resources and to make sure that everybody is evacuated safely, especially in the areas where running water came in suddenly. So thankfully, all is well. Petra is clean, tidy, and it welcomes visitors. Unfortunately, there were incidents outside our jurisdiction in the Shobak area. Tourists were going through one of the wadis without any guides or regulated trip or a tour operator. Unfortunately, we lost 2 lives there to the floods. We called their embassy and we offered condolences and hopefully these incidents will never happen again.
Inshallah. And you highlighted an important point. First of all, I'm very happy to hear about the preparations that are built into Petra by the Nabateans, but also the preparations that the Petra Development Tourism Authority have implemented. But also, as you mentioned, it is important to make sure that, for anyone that is going to enjoy tourism in Jordan, specifically in certain areas, that it is done with the proper guidance.
Absolutely. Jordan is an open-air museum. We have over 100,000 archaeological sites. 15 to 16,000 of them are registered with the Department of Antiquities. Our nature is beautiful. We have so many beautiful wadis and canyons and mountains, desert plains, all of that. Still, there is a lot to be done in the country. I think we have not realized our potential in tourism yet, and there is plenty to be done. Today we need to build the extensions, the lessons we have learned from Gaza war and the impact of that on tourism, especially in Petra, which was probably the most affected in Jordan as a result of the war in Gaza. And what we need to do basically is to expand on the cultural heritage and the cultural tourism that is already the backbone of Jordan's tourism, but also build extensions on medical tourism that would be wellness and recovery throughout the country. Wherever you go in Jordan, there are places that you can build resorts for wellness and post-medical care, like in those who come from the desert and would like to recover in the green area. You have the mountains of Jarash and Ajloun where you can build these resorts. Those who come from green areas and they like the desert, or those who come from the desert, they like the desert, you can build from Barqa in the north to Dahak al-Hazim in the eastern desert, to Thlithuwat, to Twail al-Shhag, to Wadi Ram, then back to Wadi Araba, Beda and Tafila, Jhayr and Shobak, and these areas, and Dana and Tafila. These are all locations to be invested in the wellness industry, in addition to the hot springs that are already existing in the valleys that are going from the mountains to the Jordan Valley, especially around the Dead Sea. We think of Ma'in hot springs and other similar places also in Tafila, Afra and Berbeda. The second thing is to build on religious tourism or faith-based tourism for the Christian pilgrimage and the Muslim pilgrimage. In Jordan we have plenty of a Christian heritage, churches throughout the country, from the north to the south, from the east to the west, from the baptism site on the west side of the country to the churches of Arhab and Mafraq, Santa Maria, St. George and John the Baptist in Arhab. Then you go to the first ever purpose-built church in the world in Aqaba, which was discovered and now renovated by the Department of Antiquities, and it is open for visitation. In Petra, the Byzantine Church of Petra used to be the central church in the southern part of Jordan, and today it is open for prayers and for visitors from all over the world.
Amazing.
Madaba, Mount Nebo, Macarius, where John the Baptist was beheaded. So wherever you go in Jordan, you find the Christian heritage. So this is something that we read. And the Christianity started on the east bank of the Jordan River at the baptism site. And from there, it spread to the world. Muslim pilgrimage, we have 52 locations that are very important for Muslims worldwide. And we need to make sure that those are also publicized and prepared to be visitor ready. And the third is adventure tourism, which basically needs to be regulated in a very efficient and smooth manner. Especially in the exploration part of it, where people can walk long distances on the mountains and the wadis and all of that. And we have a beautiful nature that we should really celebrate, not over-regulate to hinder. And that requires also the involvement of the local communities, because the best guides and the best companions are the locals who are from the areas, who know the topography, know the hidden gems of the country. So those are the people we should really invest in.
And it's a way to promote sustainable tourism as well.
Exactly. Sustainable and also giving back to the local community, which badly needs development. So it is our duty, I think, to develop that further.
And due to recent, sorry to interrupt, due to recent events and what happened, especially with the adventure seekers that were Bilwadi without any guides, is there any future proofing for that in terms of future-proofing Petra for any natural events like what we witnessed?
What we have done in Petra, we have regulated many of the trails. So now we have 27 trails already in place, regulated with signage, with local cooperatives working on them to guide explorers on those and provide them with the services, including food and, just the
basic
local
needs.
Knowledge, the local knowledge and the basic needs. We have done that already. And you are invited to join us. The new trails, we have 24 trails around Petra, in and around the archaeological park.
Are they different levels? So you have like easy trails?
Yes, very different. Yes,
okay.
It's very different, very, very, very different, from very easy to difficult. But we don't have very difficult ones. We have not really. There are many, but we are not publicizing them because those require special skills and special needs.
Yeah.
And we have to make sure that they are ready and there are trainers and guides who can do that before we can adopt that officially. But the trails that we have already advanced and worked on are easily accessible, and the local community cooperatives, they work on them in order to improve their living conditions, and they provide sustainable job opportunities for people in these villages and towns and the Bedouin communities that live around these trails.
Amazing. Well, Dr. Faris, off air, you mentioned something that is happening tonight at Petra.
Mm-hmm.
You want to share that with our listeners?
Oh, yeah, sure. We have Petra by Night. It has been operating since 97. And Petra by Night is mainly defined by candle-lit Petra at night with some music and Bedouin storytelling in the front of the treasury, with rababa and flute music. Now we have taken this to a different level in partnership with the operators who have been doing this for over 20 years now. So we are developing that into a light show, which represents the Nabatean lifestyle, and this is only the beginning of a huge development in the Petra by Night presentation to our visitors. It's a newly developed product, and we are very proud of that in order to present something that is suitable for Petra, for Jordan, and for our visitors. We have treasures in Jordan. One of them is Petra, and the treasury of Petra is one of those treasures. So we need to present that to the world as a marketing for the country, not only for Petra.
Absolutely.
And I think this edition is going to be great, and you're welcome to join us if you can. Get up early to do your show tomorrow morning at 7.
How about we pass till next time? We will be with you during season 2 for sure.
Yeah.
But best of luck with this.
You are welcome anytime, whenever you want. We receive you in Petra and make sure that you have a great visit.
Well, thank you once again, Dr. Braizat, for joining us this morning and for sharing these important updates and shedding some light on what's happening in Petra and clarifying, because I did see the loud echoes of what happened in Petra, especially the flash flood. But thank you so much for clarifying on exactly, what happened and the precautions that you guys are taking for the future and how we are safeguarding our beautiful Petra.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Well, we wish you and your team a great, great day. Enjoy tonight.